The no yo itu Tahan Hmong America Nữ tàu cứ tụ chi no yo itu chi lò mù hở cho cô tu cho SGU nhỏ kế sai chùa lòn đợi thân này phun và bỏ nhỏ trò phạc ó tụ chi no yo itu chi SGU yo li no cho trồng phứ America lỡ thiên li tàu mua tụ chi no cho lò mù trò trong đợi tụ cứ tư lưu nhỏ hồng và yo cho mù và itu bê thuận cho tu trả đã lâu
lao chàng chi sông cho tua xin chi ya lu nô ti tư yo bông khó bê y trong mong chuyện ya cá thơ nê tê đa gió và tròn ruộng thù
nó xua đã lâu đông chua xua sâu xua nụ xua mò nhon rong lòng trắng do mong ba tu ya mù chờ sáng chia kệ tha ya trâu lưu tê chờ
Well, good morning to our dignitaries, to Congressman Perlmutter, to our distinguished mayor. Thank you, Madam Mayor, for being here. For the councilman, and how about, and for my STU comrades in arms. How about this beautiful Colorado morning? It's amazing. It's really something special. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the military portion of what this means to us and means to me. And to do that, it's going to be a little bit interactive. And with that being said, could I have my SCU combat veterans, and sir, could you please join them over here to my right? Yang-Chi, I may need you to translate. DT, you're going to have a role in this. Please join me on the stage. Come on down. DT, could you get a chair for the captain here? I need a chair. Please join right on in. Just squeeze in. Thank you. For the, thank you. Perhaps. Past and present, this still remains. I have brought another widow with me today, and her husband was my wingman in Iraq, and he received a combat-related illness and passed away recently. For Kuba, for you, Lieutenant Colonel, and for you, Susie Coates, who is also a veteran and a Marine. Will you please stand? I apologize for the noise over there. I'll try to talk over it. It won't last long. Today, my speech, I'm going to use my uniform as to explain who we are and why we do what we do. Notice that I'm in blue, and in blue, it represents the United States Air Force. Green, the United States Army and the SGU. Dark blue in the United States is for our Navy, and a darker green is for our Marines. Our buttons reflect three honors: duty, honor, and country. Our duty to ourselves and to our nation. Our honor to our family and to our nations. Amongst me I stand with many of them. And our countries that are well represented and shared. Next, I bring up to you our ribbons. We get the ribbons because they are near and dear to our heart, and they're for combat-related missions. I have some here that stand before me that have the ribbons, and the closest one to your heart and the highest one is the most honorable one. Please, Captain Bank, please step forward. He is wearing the United States Army Purple Heart, 3 times wounded in war. Sir. Captain Bank. Major Bank. Notice the Purple Heart. That was issued to him by the United States Army. And I had the privilege of pinning that on him a few years ago. Next on our uniforms, we wear badges above them, above the medals. And that shows what we have done. And this, for me, I have also been jump qualified, and there's a jump master right here to my right. The colonel was a jump master. Okay, and I will bring them forward. I would like to bring forward all the wounded SCU up front. All of them wounded, saving American lives. I wear the wings of the United States Air Force. And these wonderful pilots brought in this T-28 to show what has been done for the Hmong, and a T-28 to represent flying, saving American lives. John had told us some of the stories of how he lived because of a rocket attack. Next on our lapels, we wear the United States, the U.S. They wear the same kind of symbol for their country. And this is who we represent, who they represent, and we have become allies with our symbols. Next on our shoulders, we wear our rank. But the rank only symbolizes what position we have in command. But trust me, bullets do not care what rank that we wear. They are equally lethal to a general as they are to a corporal. And so we wear this rank to distinguish ourselves who's in control. But be very certain of one thing: we follow each other's command. And one thing we do is that we have a brotherhood that we will survive, leaving no one behind. One die, all die. And that is our creed. Hold on. Probably the most important thing that we have on our uniform is our name, because we proudly represent our families. Young G, I'll have to have you translate this. I would like each and every one of the widows to please take the microphone and say your name and the name of your lost husband, one at a time.
Nè cho con rùa đó tụi này phun nó hạt tiề còn nè hay nè tụi xí luôn bề nè tụi xí tao tua tụi bố tròn nó cho nè chơi cho được chơi nè tụi xí hồ lý cha ít tụi chú rùa nè nè phun phunอยากหู้ว่าผัวของพวกเจ้าพวกแม่ไม้นี่ผัวเจ้าเป็นไผ่แท้เอาสื่อมาบอกดังๆอยู่นี่ผัวมือนี่แม่นมือเขานับถือเลยระลึกถึงดวงวิญญาณของเขาเด้อ
เอาคำลาวก็ได้ปะพอใครซื้อนามจันทร์สยามง
ก็ขอจือหมายคำเพธรรมวงศ์กูตุกสีกูจะจริงเขา
tự chỉ chiêu xỉu vàng
sự yên gì vậy
của tôi chỉ cho lâu tuổi của tôi chỉ cho sẽ lâu của tôi chỉ giam bị của tôi chỉ trong má vừa của thiên nữ sử dụng cái chân nó chỉ bao tiêu đó đi trả tại vì nữ dân hay tiền người ta cho nhớ cho bé chờ tôi bé luôn lì nhớ đã hát cho mà cái tự nhiên người ta lì sợ sẽ được cho tiền. Thank you very much.
All are gone, but never forgotten. The same that we have here today, to this testimony of our love and our appreciation for each other as fellow combatants. Let us celebrate today, SCU. Let us celebrate each other, and let us never forget. War is not over. We continue. My friend Susie Cobbs Kubla, it's not over. We will honor and respect their memories forever. Thank you very much for attending, and thank you so much for allowing me to speak. Thank you. Translator, we can clear the stage. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and dignitary, General Perot, General Barry, the Honorable Ed Corolado, Mayor, Councilman, Mr. Horan, Commissioner Horan, Mr. Yang Ji, Hmong and American community leader. I want to thank the National Law Hmong Memorial Committee and the Hmong American of Colorado. It is a great honor to be among Lao, Hmong, and American warrior to to participate in this great event, the unveiling of the T-28 aircraft, and to all the Lao Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit, SGU, soldier and all the American, the Raven, the CIA case officers, Air America, American USAID, and other American civilians that were involved during the Laotian Civil War to help the Hmong and the Lao people. It is because of these people we are here today to memorialize and remember their sacrifice to those of us who can enjoy our freedom. Before I continue, I'd like to put a disclaimer here. The remark that I made here are my own only. It does not represent the United States Army, the Department of Defense, or any organization. I was asked to speak on behalf of our younger generation. Since the war, many of the speakers will speak to what have been done in the past, but I'm speaking on behalf of the Hmong in the U.S. and moving forward into the future. My name is Tu Tiang Yang, also known in Hmong as Tse Tiang Yang, the son of an SU officer, the late Major Okomdang Yangki. I came to the United States back in September 1976 at the age of 11 from the humble life of a refugee without any language skill, just like many thousand Lao and Hmong refugees. I have to struggle to learn English and depend on welfare to survive. In 1976, life was an enormous challenge. Without any English skill, I started school as a first grader. However, I knew back then that I have come to the greatest country in the world, the land of opportunity, and I was determined to succeed and to pursue the American dream. Within 7 years, I was able to graduate from high school in 1983. Even at the young age and just arrived in the U.S., I knew then that I want to join the U.S. military. I was determined to get an education and become an officer. As I grew up, I never wavered from my goal. And when I was a junior in high school, I petitioned the school board to graduate early. The school board granted my request based on my academic achievement and my desire to join the military. I was fortunate to receive an ROTC scholarship from the Army to attend Creighton University and receive my Army commission there. When my relative knew that I was joining the Army after college, they were not too happy. Many have expressed that so many of our people have died during the Laotian Civil War. Why would I want to go to the military, throw away so much potential to help the Hmong community as a bright, young, educated Hmong man? My answer have always been that I could help the Hmong people more than just being a civilian pharmacist by joining the Army. I want to show that the Hmong are not just waiting for a handout and depend on welfare. Instead, I want to show that we are patriotic American citizens contributing to American society. If I want to become a Hmong leader, first I must learn how to become a leader. What better place than the Army that can provide the necessary leadership training? I believe I have made the right decision to join the Army. I've held every leadership position within the Department of Pharmacy. Within the Department of Pharmacy and the Army Medical Department. The Army has trained me to become a better leader, not just for the Hmong people, but for all Americans. Along the way, I found that if given the opportunity, I could succeed. Likewise, given a chance, the Hmong people will succeed in the United States. Like me, several thousand Hmong Americans have joined the U.S. military, serving in all branches. We have Hmong American soldier, airman, sailor, and Marine from PV-1 to 06. We have Hmong American who have participated in the first Gulf War, Desert Shield, and Desert Storm, and continue on to most recent conflicts in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. We have Hmong American senior non-commissioned officers, First Sergeant and Sergeant First Class. We have 3 West Point graduates for the commissioned officers, and the rest are from ROTC and OCS. Among our senior field grade officers, we have 2 majors in the Marine, 2 Lieutenant Colonel in the Air Force, 3 Lieutenant Colonel in the Army, and 2 full birds in the Army. Given time, I do not doubt that the Hmong American military will become Command Sergeant Major and General Officer in the future. My first deployment was to Iraq with the 212 MASH, the last MASH in the Army before it had been converted to the CASH. I am humbled to be a member of the 212 MASH, to have the distinction of being the first Army hospital in Iraq as part of the invasion force in 2003. My second deployment was in 2011 to Afghanistan with the 115th Combat Support Hospital as the senior pharmacy officer with the Task Force Medical 115th, Camp Dwyer, Helmand Province. While in Afghanistan, passing through Kandahar, I had an experience that made me reflect on the war in Laos. While spending the night on a layover waiting for my flight back to Camp Dwyer, enjoying playing pool in the MWR tent, the base start receiving incoming. As the siren goes off and everyone scramble for cover, it jolted my memory of Longjang, Laos. Getting attacked and pounded by rockets. It also made me reflect on the differences between the life of American military and the SGU. American soldiers have a deployment typically of 6, 9, and 12 months, and for some 15 months. In contrast, the SGU has one deployment, a continuous deployment lasting decades. While American soldiers were well fed and fully equipped, and the family back home are well taken care of. The SGU soldiers were not so well equipped and supplied and have to fend for themselves with few exceptions. Life of the family back home has no support system. The life of the SGU and his family is a life of difficulty, as we say in Hmong, "Wa luning za yin." The T-28 is a perfect illustration of the differences between the United States and the SGU. While the American has the latest supersonics jet, the SGU got a trainer that was already heading to the salvage yard. American pilot deployed to Southeast Asia, flew a particular number of missions for a specific period, and then went home. For a Hmong T-28 pilot, there is no number of days or sortie before going home. They fly and they fly, sortie after sortie. The Jiao Prakel motto is, fly, fly until you die. It is befitting to have a T-28 as the centerpiece for the memorial. The T-28 may be a relic of the past for others. However, for the Hmong, it is the lifeline to the SGU troops on the ground. There is no better sound than to hear the T-28 flying overhead, providing air-to-ground support. It is an honor to meet and have one of our heroes here with us today. I am honored to recognize Lao Hmong finest T-28 pilot, Bao Yang. He survived. As he flew his T-28 Lieutenant Bao Yang was shot down, captured, and become a POW. He survived captivity and was able to resettle in the United States. The Hmong has always been a patriotic citizen and have always stepped up to defend the nation in times of need in whichever country we call a home. When we were living in the Kingdom of Laos, we have proven our loyalty by defending northern Laos for decades at the cost of thousands of our lives. Regardless of the outcome of the Civil War, we were proud to serve and defend the Kingdom of Laos. Now that we are here in America, our sense of pride and patriotism toward defending this great nation of the United States. I am proud to have contributed my small part in faithfully defending the United States of America as a military commissioned officer. After serving 28 years with several combat tours, I have retired from the Army in the summer of 2019. America, this is our home. Given the opportunity to pursue the American dream, we are succeeding and we will continue to advance into the future. We have become an essential ingredient, adding a new flavor to the American melting pot. For those critics who say that the Hmong were unsuitable to resettle in the United States, I and many Hmong have proven them wrong. Finally, I will close by saying that we Hmong are American patriots, and we are here to stay. This memorial represents the friendship and the sacrifice between the Hmong and the American defending democracy. We are contributing and will continue to contribute to American society. Once again, thank you and God bless the United States of America.
Without question, Colonel Yang is a great symbol for the achievements that the second generation of Hmong people can achieve as being part of this great country. Now it's my honor to introduce my friend and associate. He come to the podium. Yang Chi was a former college professor of English in Laos and an intelligence officer for the U.S. Secret War. He worked for Ambassador Charles Whitehouse of the United States Indochina Refugee Program in Bangtao, Thailand, under the United States High Commission for Refugees. Yang Chi and his family came to Denver, Colorado in June 16, 1976 and worked for IBM, retiring in 1990 at an age of 47. Yang Chi was the co-founder of the first U.S. recognition of Lao Hmong SGU veterans and their families in Golden, Colorado in July 22nd of 1995. He was the Lao founder and CEO of the National Lao Hmong American Coalition, and most significantly, he was the chief delegate of the Hmong Universal Peace Committee to successfully advocate for H.R. 276 that lifted the terrorism designation by the United States and released the Hmong and the Montagnards from being falsely labeled as terrorists. A vigorous result in Denver 2007, Honorable President W. Bush signed H.R. 2764 into law. It automatically relieved the Hmong Montagnards from the terrorist category. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce my friend and associate, Yang Chi.
I just want to explain to you the importance of this upcoming memorial. We're conducting this event today to share with you what the future of the memorial will be. And I ask that all the Lao, Hmong, Lu, Mien, Khmer, Thai, Daim, Laotian people support the memorial. It's going to be built, as you can see, by the American. It's going to be the national memorial to represent all the logos on the as you can see. The reason why it's important. The old, the young, men, women who are here, who witness the symbols, 3 symbols on the B-28 aircraft. Number 1, the U.S. flag was painted in a gray, dark color. Why? It symbolizes the United States Secret War. You know. Number 2, the SGU look. Okay. The SGU logos represent the United States secret soldiers. SGU means Special Guerrilla Units. It's for that Secret War. The United States Secret Army in Laos were the SGUs like this: Lao, Hmong, Mien, Khmer, all who were involved in that war. So keep that in mind. And this is only military region 2 under our beloved General Vang Pao. The other SGU regions were not presented here because they have their own military regions, and they will do that later if they wish to. But this is particular just for the SGUs in military region 2 under General Vang Pao. As you can see, it's a number there. That's number 2. Pak Song, military region 2. Now, it comes down to the flag of the Royal Lao, the Kingdom of Laos. 3 elephant heads on the T-28 airplane. It means that during the war, the Secret War, I'm glad the speaker earlier mentioned our colonel here did say about President Eisenhower, President Kennedy. The war in Laos involved the United States, the U.S. secret soldiers, the most royal allies of the United States were the SGUs, and then the flag representing the country of Laos, the 3 elephant heads. That's all. Why we put the 3 symbols of the historic, I would say, our history. Now, a lot of people here ask again, and my chairman here knows that we need to explain. We have this SGU flag representing the SGU, this one, the United States Secret Army. Back here, we have this flag here representing the 18 Hmong clan in America. We have 18 stars. Our logo is also showing the 18 stars in the brochure, as you can see. So the Hmong, especially the Hmong, 18 clans have 18 drops of blood in that war. We are all part of it. That's why we have these 18 stars here representing all the Hmong. I want to thank the Lu group who are here today. The leaders are Sen Kam and Kampao. Would you please stand up? You're representing the Lu community in Westminster. Thank you. Now the Lao, let me make sure that you understand that we include everybody who have been doing this for the last 40, 50 years, 100 years. The Lao group is, was, and will be represented by Mr. Somai Sittisai. We all know him. Mr. Somai Sittisai cannot be with us today because he had to leave early yesterday to go to Kansas, and he wants me to convey his message to you all that he will be with us next time. Now next, let me introduce my 3 main Hmong. He is the Executive Director of the Councils of Asian Pacific Minnesotans in Minnesota. Welcome. Now I have to ask my guest speakers to come to the podium. Mr. Chu Vang. You wonder who he is? Why is he here? I do too. But now I know. Chu Vang was born in Siang Quang province, the province that was the home for the SGUs under General Vang Pao's command, the most bombed province in the country, Laos. He is the son of the late General Vang Pao. When General Vang Pao passed away in 2011, Chu Vang was hand-selected by the general's top family advisors and mother's son, his mother, herself, to carry on the legacy of his fathers, meaning to carry on the legacy of General Vang Pao. And this is the man that will carry on General Vang Pao's legacy. Okay? Currently, he is the president of the Hmong Development Foundation.
I'd like to say a few words in Hmong. Nhớ rong trò tan trò túc trò nào là cao cho cú ta hàn cho lên tự tù cho nè chế cho quan điểm mấy nhọ cho lên tự tù nó nói tù nó nè. Good morning, the honorable congressman for Miller, the honorable mayor Anita Sis, Chairman John Horan, and to all our American friends that be here today. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the National Lao Hmong Memorial Committee and the Lao Hmong community of Corolado for inviting me and my wife. Mary, can you stand up, please? To be a part of this historical inaugural event, it is truly an honor. As I stand here, I saw the T-28 bomber and it reminds me of my childhood hero. I want to commend the chairman and his committee member for their vision to rejuvenate the T-28 bomber with the three historical symbol in this welcoming city of Westminster. This certainly will give an opportunity for present and future generation to learn about the U.S. Civil War in Laos, the war that had affected tens of thousands Lao Hmong and American life in so many ways. In fact, this T-28 will stand tall as a profound symbol to assure an everlasting friendship among the Lao Hmong SQU and the United States of America. As many of you know, my late father, General Vang Pao, was the chief military commander of Military Region 2 of the National Royal Laos Army. He commanded force Army, Royal, and Lao Hmong Special Guerrilla Unit, SQU, that comprised of strong Laotian multi-ethnic group, primarily Lao, Hmong, Khmer, Lu, Mient, and Thai Dam. This special guerrilla unit is known as the United States Secret Army and the most loyal ally during the U.S. Secret War in Laos from 1961 to 1975. As a consequential result of this secret war, 35,000 SQU Hmong soldiers out of Hmong population of 350,000 people, 727 American servicemen, and nearly 100,000 civilians perished within those 15 years of the secret war. Having a national Lao Hmong memorial in this city will be a symbol of our nation forever. Honor and memorize this HQ commander and soldier, the American advisor, case officer, serviceman and woman, widow, and the Lao Hmong people who bravely served during the Secret War from 1961 to 75. Today marks the beginning of the important text and also mark the turning point in the life of our people. I have no doubt that this memorial will eventually stand tall as a symbol to promote and educate the public for many generations to come to better understanding our history and the patriotic fight for freedom. For this reason, I personally call upon the Lao Hmong people and our American friends across the country to support this vision and project. It is essentially for our collective duty to financially and memorial support this National Lao Hmong Memorial. I wish my late father, General Wang Pao, is here with us and be the one who delivered this message to you. Unfortunately, he can only be here spiritually. As most of you know, his departure has left us with many tasks to perform and dreams to fulfill. But the one most important task he left us is for all of us to stay united for the betterment and advancement of our present and future generation. Never forget the people who help us, and to never yield our allegiance to the country that provide us freedom and pursued happiness, and that is the United States of America. Collectively, together, my family and I entrust in you and count on all of you to help this memorial project become a reality. Thank you for your attention and time commitment to this event. May God bless America.
Lô xóa đã lao đó mu chín chia muôn tàu cho xia mua bùa đầy á trên nhà cho gì lo qua muôn cha.
The guys who flew the tangos of the Laotians, the Chapacaos, and the Nakatans, I salute you, sir. One of the things that you're going to use to dedicate one of your memorials will be a T-28, the Tango. Sweet little airplanes. Great machines. But just remember that it's not about the tangos, really. It's about the great men and the great soldiers who flew those airplanes and fought those battles. And the real heroes are those who are yet to return. And as the Aussies always say when they give their toast, lest we never forget.
Thank you very much.